Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna. If you saw my previous video where I unboxed the giveaway that Arna and Elaine had, then you know that I won, or my mom won actually, the giveaway that she held prior to the new year. It was where she had a bunch of charity money for, it was like a raffle for a charity that she was doing for the Christchurch earthquake in New Zealand. And she did that the prior year as well, only there wasn't a giveaway. And so if you donated to the charity, then your name was put into a raffle for the giveaway, and both my mom and I entered, and my mom was the one who won the giveaway. And so she and I received the prize, and we split it up kind of equally between the two of us, which is very cool. There was a lot of makeup in there. So I thought that I could do a full face using the products that were in there, because I actually, between the two of us, we have enough makeup to do a full face each, basically. So I'm going to do that now. And Arna put this in here just for me. This is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick in the shade Blanc. This is the lightest shade. It looks so sleek. It's this triangular, like, metal foundation stick. It feels very heavy. And I will do a separate, like, full review on this, but today I'm just going to put it on my face and see what happens. And I guess I'll take a buffing brush. I'm not sure how much to use with this. And on the other side, there actually is a primer that she included. There were two primers. My mom took one, and I'm going to try using this L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer, just to see if it makes the foundation look any different on this side of my face. So I'm just going to take about this much. Doesn't really have like a heavy scent or anything. And this is just supposed to be like a highlighting primer, so definitely highlighting. I mean, look at that. My face looks very radiant. So obviously not all of these products are cruelty-free. When it's like a gift, I'm not exactly going to be like, how dare you? That definitely adds a lot of radiance. It looks very beautiful. Hopefully you can see that on camera, that looks really radiant. So let's see if it keeps the radiance when we start adding in foundation. I'm not sure if this side looks more radiant or not after the foundation is on. If it is, it's very slight. I think both sides just look really nice. And after one use, it's gone down just a tiny bit. I know that there's not a lot of foundation in here, unfortunately, which sucks. I do think that the color is spot on from what I can tell. I was worried it was going to be too pink, but once blended out, I feel like it looks like exactly like the rest of me. Under these lights, I'm going to have to look in natural light. No concealer, so I'm going to have to use my own for this. Today I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C0.5. They did come out with more shades. It would be nice to try some of the more neutral shades. We do have a powder here. This is the Models Prefer Professional Mineral Finishing Veil. This is mineral powder with mirror. Oh, it does. It has a little mirror in there. Sometimes it's nice to use a powder that's not like a full-on white HD powder, because those can just, even if they don't necessarily add white to my skin, they can still look a little just powdery. So this looks like it's translucent, doesn't add any color, but might not necessarily look as cakey. So I'm just taking a little bit over the face with nice fluffy Eco Tools brush. This is technically a blush brush, but gets the job done. I'm going to take a smaller brush for underneath the eyes and the eye area, period. For eyebrows, she sent 2 of these in different colors. I gave the lighter one to my mom, or my mom kept the lighter one. And I kept the darker one. I already have one of these on the go. This is mine, so I'm going to use this in my eyebrows. This is, for reference, the Essence Make Me Brow in Brownie Brows. This is an eyebrow mascara. Got some dry scaliness over here on my skin. I can see it. The winter has been unkind to my skin this year. That stuff adds enough color to my brows that it makes them look fuller and thicker, even without actually coloring in with like a pencil or a powder. So for eyeshadow, we have this Australis Metallix eyeshadow. This is in the shade Guns and Rose Petals. So that's going to be more of like a lid shade. I want to get something else going on the eyes first. I'm just going to do something really simple because I know, for example, Arna wears a lot of cool tones and such. So I'm going to take the shade Jet Setter from the Tartelette and Bloom palette, and this is a matte cool toned brown. I'm just going to put that in the crease area. She sent a Rimmel eyeshadow that's really similar to this, and she also uses it for cheek contouring. My mom kept that one. And I'm going to take a mix of Jet Setter and Smoke Show, which is a much darker cool toned brown. It's nearly black. I'm taking that on a flat shader brush on the outer corner. And then just kind of taking the other end of this brush, which is a blending side, and just blending it. I'm taking that same color combo on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with that Australis eyeshadow. This is what it looks like. It's very, very shiny. I'm going to take my finger. It feels very wet. Like you can probably tell it's very glossy. I'm just going to start pressing that on the rest of my eye. That is very cool. Very, very cool. It almost gives the look of like a Stila eyeshadow. Very similar effect to that, only it's in a pressed shadow form. So they're not necessarily like a lot of pigment to it. It's mostly like a shimmer glitter, but it's like a champagne gold. This would look pretty if you put it over top of another color too, because like I said, it's not a lot of actual base color to it. Very, very pretty. Definitely has more of like a cream shadow feeling to it. I feel like I want to put a little bit of eyeliner on. There were no eyeliners. I'm going to take the NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner. So it didn't draw like a huge wing. It's longer than it is wider. And I don't know what it is about this eyeliner. Everybody I know loves this eyeliner. It's very black, but it comes out too fluid, so it bleeds so easily. I don't like it. And I've tried everything to get it to stop bleeding. I store it upward, I've stored it downward, I've stored it on its side. I've wiped it off ahead of time. I don't know. And I've had every NYX liquid liner do this to me. On the very inner corners, I'm going to be taking the Mecca Max Skin Halo in Diamond Dust. This is a face highlighter, which I'm also going to be using on my face. And also going to put this on the brow bone. If my eyeliner is severely messed up today, my hands are really shaky. And you'll know why if you follow me on Instagram, so. But needless to say, I have gone down on some medication. I don't feel well. Yeah. Mascara. This is the Nars Climax Mascara. This has a rubberized brush, and it's kind of a fatty. Doesn't really have like an hourglass brush or anything. It's kind of fat all the way through, and then suddenly it's not at the end. It's like, all of a sudden just kind of like a little tiny tip. I haven't curled my lashes today, so we're just going to be seeing what the mascara looks like on its own. I don't know. Looks pretty average to me. Also, the wand is just so huge, it just feels a little awkward. And that's what things look like up close. I'll have to see if it smudges throughout the day too, that's the other thing. So for the face, you have a few different things here. This is the Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's a very pale bronzer. Would have been too light for my mom. It would have been more like a face powder for her, like a skin tone powder. So let's see what this looks like on the face. I think again I'm going to use this sort of fluffier brush from Eco Tools. It does actually come with a little brush. I'm just not sure because it's like so narrow. I'm not sure. I don't know. It would probably be better for like actual contouring, but the color of it is a little yellow when I swatch it on my skin, so I probably wouldn't use it for contouring. So I'm just gonna put my brush in there. Kind of put it around the temples a little bit. It's very very pigmented, as in like I can see the powder kick up soon as I dip my brush in there. But it's very pale. I think it's actually paler than the bronzer that's in this e.l.f. palette that I have. And that's pale. So definitely if you're pale and you're looking for a bronzer, this would probably be very appropriate for you. And it does have a very light scent to it. I don't notice it until I put my face like right in the box. I feel like it might not be like maybe the correct undertone for my skin. I feel like I look better in a different shade of bronzer than what this is giving me. I feel like this is a very yellow bronzer. And this is kind of making me look a little more like sickly. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera or not. You'll have to tell me what you think if you can see it. What do you think? Is it too yellow for my skin? Because right now I'm seeing that it's quite yellow and that it's almost, yeah, like a jaundiced color on me. I feel like I would look better with more of like a red toned bronzer or a neutral bronzer. This is very yellow. For blush, we have another Hourglass product. My mom let me have the high-end blush. So this is the Ambient Lighting Blush Mood Exposure. I think that's the shade of it. This is kind of similar to the colors I'm wearing today, so kind of a mauve, plum sort of mauve. Very cool tone blush. And for that, I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush. Whoa! Pigmented. It looked really pale when I swatched it yesterday, so I was like, oh, I can go in kind of hard with it. But it blends nicely. And I think there's like a shimmer to it because I feel like the pale parts maybe shimmer and then the darker parts are the actual blush. I could be wrong about that. I've never used an Hourglass blush before. Very beautiful color. And the pan itself is just so beautiful. And Hourglass is a completely vegan line now too as well, I believe. So that's quite cool. Or if they're not completely vegan now, they're planning to be completely vegan by like 2020 or something like that. That is a gorgeous blush shade. I love it. I love it. So the highlighter, again, we're going to be using the Mecca Max highlighter. And I think I showed it to you already, but it's kind of got this like M pattern in it. And it's kind of like wavy. And it looks to be just sort of like a beige highlight. I noticed the other day on camera when I was doing my Get Ready With Me and I put on the highlighter from the e.l.f. palette. And I was saying like, oh, I have to dig in here kind of hard in order to get it to show up. It's a really pale highlighter. Then afterwards, I was watching the video back and even saw the thumbnail and I thought, it looks like I have bronzer up in this area. So I think it is a little too dark if I have to put that much on all at once. So probably okay if I just put a little bit on, but otherwise I think it looked too dark that time. So the color of this one looks to be similar to the color of the e.l.f. one, but it's got more of a gleam to it and I can't see it when I turn to the front. This time I do have bronzer on, so if I see bronzer in my thumbnail, if I see bronzer in the video, that's why. But this is very pretty. This is just like a pale opal sheen. And I have quite a few colors here. I feel like I can wear all of them with this. So we've got a few Smashbox ones. This is the Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick in the shade Legendary. These are really cool. They have sort of a swirly pattern in them. So I'm going to swatch all of the colors on my hand for you guys. These look to have kind of a glossy finish to them. So that's the first one there. That's a Legendary. That's kind of like a brighter cherry red. This is 9 to 5. This one's kind of a pink. This one is Dealbreaker. Oh, that one's really nice. This one is a really pretty berry shade. And we also have a Nars Power Matte Mini Liquid Lipstick in Star Woman, which again is going to be a red shade. And that's on top there. So I think I'm going to go with the berry shade today. Oh, very glossy finish. This is going to be a very moisturizing lipstick. If you want something like that, I think you are really going to like these. This feels beautiful. And they look beautiful. So that is going to wrap this video up. That is a full face using some of the new makeup from the giveaway that Arna Lane had and my mom won. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's any specific product you saw here that you would like me to go more in depth on with a review, I already mentioned I'm going to be doing a review of the Hourglass Vanish stick, but if there's anything else here that you saw today that you want to review on, just let me know. I post Mondays and Fridays here on this channel in the afternoons Eastern time, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you very soon. Bye everyone.